Hi, I'm Jeff Sachs. I'm director of the Earth Institute at Columbia University and also special advisor to United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon on the Millennium Development Goals, and also advisor to the Millennium Campus Network. So I'm very, very proud of what you are doing and very happy to support the Millennium Campus Network in any way that I can. Thank you today for standing up against poverty. It's very important. Your efforts to make students all over this country aware of the power that you have and the opportunity that we have in the world to end extreme poverty. We're at a very crucial moment right now, and the Millennium Campus Network can play a historic role this year. You see, we're in the countdown to the last major global summit on the Millennium Development Goals. Now, the goals were set in the year 2000. There was an important summit in 2005, which took up the recommendations of the Millennium Project, which I directed for then Secretary General Kofi Annan. And those recommendations called for lots of practical things, like getting bed nets to children and their parents in malaria zones, like making a stepped up effort against hunger, and so on. Those goals were taken, the specific issues that we advocated were adopted by the General Assembly, and a lot of those things have come to pass, and we are seeing progress in many, many areas. Now we're in a countdown to the second of these summits, which will take place in September 2010. This will be the last global summit, probably 150 world leaders coming together for the last mid-course correction to accelerate progress on the Millennium Development Goals. Now you, the MCN, the Millennium Campus Network, will be the most important voice on American campuses for success in the Millennium Development Goals. You have 1 year to get our campuses mobilized, knowledgeable, on track, so that when this summit happens in September 2010, you're there. Your voice is heard. Students all over this country will play a major role. Now, I think we have wind in our sails, actually. President Obama will be there. And not only will he be there, listen to the words that he said at the General Assembly just a couple of weeks ago. He gave a terrific speech, and he said something very important for the campus network to know about. So he said, "We will support the Millennium Development Goals and approach next year's summit with a global plan to make them a reality. And we will set our sights on the eradication of extreme poverty in our time." Not bad, very good. The president is leading the U.S. government to get in there. We did lose some time. Now the president's with us. He's strongly supportive. He told the world's leaders at the General Assembly, "I will be with you. I will be there at the MDG summit in September 2010 with a plan agreed with all of you to accelerate progress so that we achieve the Millennium Development Goals." And I want the campuses around this country to be playing a major role at that summit and a major role in this lead up, this year of establishing a global plan. Now, what does it mean, a global plan? What's missing? Well, if you look at how we've made progress in certain areas, say malaria, it's been because there are specific actions directed at malaria control, especially through the Global Fund to fight AIDS, TB, and malaria, and through the malaria initiative launched during the Bush administration. We need to make sure that those actions increase in their scale, and that other things which haven't yet been done, such as a major initiative for agriculture for smallholder farmers, peasant farmers, which President Obama has grabbed and pushed through the G8 this past summer, become a reality. So what needs to be done? We need a global fund for smallholder agriculture. We need a special fund for maternal survival, MDG 5. We need a special fund or an increase of the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, TB, and Malaria for health systems, community health workers, care for neonates, that is, newborns in the first 28 days of life, because realize that of the deaths of children under the age of 5, about 40% occur within the first 28 days of birth. So these are specific things. We know the science is there, the proven demonstrations are there. It's a matter of scaling up. And what the Millennium Campus Network can do is help students all over this country know about the Millennium Goals, first of all. Know about the fact that they're achievable, second. Know about the fact that there still remain gaps that need to be filled, third. Know about the fact that the United States, especially President Obama and his team, are behind these goals, ready to come up with a global plan. Students need to know that our Congress needs to get into the act and make the Millennium Development Goals central to American foreign policy. That's something where you can have a very big impact. And then I would love to see students from all over the country come to the United Nations next September. Be ready to, in a big conference and in whatever show of mass public support we could think of as we plan for this coming year, to demonstrate to the world leaders this is the time. Accelerate progress. We know what to do. We've seen it in demonstrations. We've seen it in the Millennium Villages. We've seen it in the recipients of the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, TB, and Malaria. We can achieve the Millennium Development Goals. The public's behind it. President Obama's behind it. The leaders of the developing world are behind it. And what you are going to prove is that the students all over America are behind these goals and are in front of the effort to achieve them. So please count on me as an advisor to the Millennium Campus Network. I'll be with you. We'll think through the things that can be done, but organize, organize, organize. Reach campuses across this country. Give them the basic word of what our generation can do, what you as students can lead, because you have the voice, the ability to organize, the ability to reach those who can make a huge difference. I'm eager to help you. I admire what you're doing. Thanks for letting me be with you right now. We have a countdown to the MDG Summit in 2010, and I look forward to seeing a lot of you during this year. Thank you so much.